Okay, you guys ready? So, before we start talking about what we're going to talk about today, I just wanted to know, how do you guys today, every day of your lives, get around and go places or order things, get things delivered to you? A car. How else? John Ryan? Do you know another way to get somewhere?
I ride my bike.
You ride your bike? Walk. What about if you need something delivered to you? How do you guys usually get stuff like that? Jedediah?
UPS?
UPS. One more. Heavenly?
Yeah.
What'd you say? A bus? Okay, so these are some of the ways that right now you guys either get around or you get stuff delivered to you.
There's also one more.
What's up?
There's also one more.
There's one more. What? Tell me one more.
FedEx.
FedEx, true. That's FedEx and UPS too. So these are some of the ways we get around and get stuff today. So do you guys have any idea how people ordered things or got to places far away before we had any of this stuff?
The computer or the phone.
Before we had any of these things. You think we had a computer before we had a car? No. What's that?
By boat or
Like boat?
or
What about just on land? Wagons. So what we're going to talk about today is a specific type of wagon. This is a conestoga wagon. You guys will see? Conestoga wagons were used in like the 1700s. A Conestoga wagon, does anyone want to take a guess of where the first Conestoga wagon was made? Did I?
1955?
Where was it made?
America.
America, that's right. It was made in America, but specifically, the first Conestoga wagon was made in Pennsylvania, in the Conestoga River area. And that's why it's Conestoga wagon, because it's from the Conestoga River in Pennsylvania. Did anyone have Pennsylvania for their state? No?
What's the capital?
So the Conestoga wagon was made in Pennsylvania, and they used it there for a lot of different things. Does anyone know what one thing they might have used it for? What would you use a big wagon for?
Transportation.
Transportation. What else would you use a big wagon for? Xavier.
For goods.
Yeah. What kind of goods do you think that people were transporting in the 1700s?
Corn.
Corn. What else?
Fruit.
Fruit. One big thing that the Conestoga wagons were used for, that I don't know if you guys know about, was the fur trade. Do you guys know about that at all? Maybe a little bit? So so you guys know that the fur trade was just... You guys know? You do? Who wants to tell me about what the fur trade was? Mary?
People like clothing made out of animal skin.
Yeah. So clothing made out of animal skins. So they would capture animals, and then they used Conestoga wagons a lot in Pennsylvania and the states around it to transport those goods. And so, do you guys want there's one thing that the Conestoga wagon was not used for that a lot of people think it was used for. Do you want to guess what it was?
People.
People? No, sometimes people go because they have to drive it.
Animals?
It's not a thing. It's something that happened in history that I think you guys learned about. Do you guys know? I guess. The Conestoga wagon was not used in westward expansion. So did you guys learn about how everyone came from the east to the west in wagons? This was not the wagon that they used. The wagon that they used in the westward expansion is called a western wagon. And it looks a lot like the Conestoga wagon, but the Conestoga wagon is bigger, it's longer and bigger, and it's wider on the inside. It's really big on the inside. And it couldn't go as far as places as this because it was so big. And so there's a few reasons why it was used for trade and for goods in short areas instead of going from all the way from one side of the country to the other. One of the reasons because it was so big. So the inside was really big, and it could carry up to 6 tons of goods. So that's a lot. That's a lot to carry that far across the country. Another reason that it was used, that people use the conestoga wagon, is because the covering of the conestoga wagon, this part of it, was soaked in oil so that it would be waterproof. So why is that good if you have something that's waterproof? If you're turning it around, Gustavo?
Because we don't want water destroying the wagon.
Yeah, so if they're going somewhere and there's a storm, then you don't want water destroying all your goods and stuff, and so the conestoga wagon's covering was waterproof. So you guys learned about when the railroad came, right? So when the railroad came, what happened to wagons like both of these wagons?
People don't use them.
Yeah, and why didn't they use them anymore? Ellie?
Because the railroads made trips easier and faster.
Yeah, so railroads are faster, you can get places to another, and they're waterproof too, so the conestoga wagon wasn't that special anymore. So by like 1861, when the railroad was really in use, people stopped using these wagons, and people didn't want to use them anymore because they had a new way of using them. And so you guys are going to do today is you're going to make your own conestoga wagons like this out of marshmallows and nutter butters and pretzels and lifesavers. You see?
You don't need it.
Oh.
But after you guys make your wagons, we're also going to write an advertisement selling your wagon. Who knows what an advertisement is? Heavenly?
It's like if you want to sell something, you have to show the people what it is.
Yeah. So show them what it is, and what kind of things do you want to put in advertising? Xavier?
Good things.
Good things, because you want people to buy it, right? So, from what we know about conestoga wagons, what are some good things that you could say that would make someone want to buy it? Jackie. What's one thing you know about the conestoga wagon? What was it used for? To carry things, so carrying things. Xavier? Waterproof. So you could say, instead of just writing waterproof, you could say protects you from weather, or ask, are you going to be in a storm? Do you need to protect your goods? What else? Jedediah.
It was big.
It was big. And you guys are going to all have to come up with your own advertisement, so we don't want to use the same word a bunch of times. So what's another word for big? You could say big, huge, roomy, large. Michaela, what's one thing you could say about the wagon, conestoga wagon? We know it moves things. We know it's big. We know that it's waterproof.
We're trying to sell it.
What could you say about it?
How is it over bumps? How is it? Is it a smooth ride?
If you want it to sound good, what would you say? Would you say
Bumpy ride?
smooth ride?
James, smooth ride or bumpy ride? What do you think? She just said bumpy ride.
It's gonna be bumpy
She
ride.
said bumpy ride.
You say it's bumpy.
Maybe we want a bumpy ride, right?
So then, if you guys are gonna say whatever you want to say about your conestoga wagon to make it so that people want to buy it, and then you guys can decorate it and make it colorful, make it look like an advertisement, like make it pop so that people want to buy it. Pop. Everyone got it?